Hello everyone, today we'll be learning about IELTS reading questions. So we'll learn how to complete the task within 15 to 16 minutes. So basically you will be given 20 minutes, but what we will do, we will try to finish it within 15 to 16 minutes. Why we have to finish around this time, within this time? Because basically for passage 1 you will be given type A questions. Type A questions means that the questions usually comes in the order, so they are like completing the notes, or if you can see true false not given questions. So we've got setting questions here, and so we will start reading from the title, the development of London Underground Railway. So the topic is development of London Underground Railway. So the first thing we have to read quickly, scan the first sentence of each paragraph. So let's start. So in the first half of the 1800s, London's population grew at astonishing rate and the central area became increasingly congested. And we've got 1842 Royal Commission and Crossing City, and that's all. And the second paragraph, among the most vocal advocates for the solution to London's traffic problems was Charles Pearson, who was working solicitor for the City of London. And we've got 1851 Pearson's ideas and the Parliament. And the next one, the two groups merged and established the Metropolitan Railway Company in August 1854, and Great Western Railway's GWR Paddington to City at Farrington Road, and 5 kilometers we've got. And the next from the next paragraph, GWR aware that the new line would finally enable them to run trains into the heart of the city, invested almost £250,000 in the scheme. And then we've got the next paragraph, Metropolitan Line, which opened in January 10, 1886. The city was the Underground Railway, and 9.69 at 18 minutes, 9.5 million journeys. And even the Metropolitan began operation where the first extension line were being authorized. These were built over the next 5 years, reaching Metropolitan to the east of London and Hammersmith in the west. So despite the extension of the Underground Railway by the 1880s, congestion of the London streets had become worse. And although the technology had created those tunnels existed, and the steam locomotives couldn't be used in such a confined space. So we've got City and South London, 890 and 1907, 900s. That's all. So let's go back to the questions now. So London Underground Railway Station, this type A question, so this comes in the order. We need only one word. So let's look at the something of London increased rapidly between 800 to 1850. So something of London increased rapidly, something of London between 800 and 1850. So I need to find 800 and 1850. So here basically when you look at the questions, so from the first to the sixth, the questions normally comes from the vision the first and the second paragraph. So I need to find the 800 and 1950. So in the first half of the 800, so in the first half of 800s, it's like 1800 and 1850. Okay, London's population grew at an astonishing rate, and the central area became increasingly congested. So here, London's population grew at an astonishing rate. London's population grew, so we have got here increased and grew, they are synonyms. So here we can see the population of London increased rapidly. London's population grew at an astonishing rate. Astonishing rate, synonym to increase it rapidly. So here I'll write population. The second question is about The proposed solution. The proposed solution. Charles Pearson's associator suggested that building an underground way. So the number one, the solutions, there were a couple of solutions. The number one, Charles Pearson, a solicitor, suggested building an underground railway, and building the railway would make it possible. So it would make possible to move people to better housing in the something. So it's somewhere. So the building railway would make it possible to move people in a better housing in the. So let's find Charles Pearson. So here. You don't have here. Yes, among the most vocal advocates from the solutions London's traffic problems is Charles Pearson. He was a solicitor who worked as a solicitor for the City of London. Okay, and he saw both social and economical advantages in building an underground railway that would link the overground railway stations together and clear London slums at the same time. Okay, his idea was to relocate the poor workers who live in the city slums. Okay, relocate means move people. People here it's given as a poor workers. So relocate, move people in better housing in. So relocate poor people who live in the inner city slums to newly. So here relocated, moved the poor people who live in the inner city slums to a newly constructed suburbs. Okay, so they will be moved to the suburbs. So the answers here is suburb. Okay, number 3, a number of something agreed with the Pearson's idea. Number of people or number of somebody, number of something agreed with the Pearson's idea. So I need to find a number of, the synonyms for number of, agreed, and Pearson's idea. So here we've got the answers here. So let's move and provide cheap rail travel for them to get to work. Pearson's ideas. Okay, Pearson's ideas gained support among some businessmen. Okay, some businessmen supported his ideas. So here we've got a number of somebody agreed with Pearson's ideas. So here the answer will be businessman. The next question is the company initially had a problem. The company's initial problem is getting the something needed for the project. So they needed something for the project, but they had some difficulty to get it. Okay, so let's continue. I support some businessman. In 1984 he submitted a plan to the parliament, was rejected. Okay, proposed from another group for the underground connecting lines, which province used it. The two groups merged, established a Metropolitan Railway Company. 1854. The company's plans was to construct underground railway line from this place station to Paddington to the edge of the city. Okay, distance almost 5 kilometers. Organization had difficulty in raising the funds for such a radical and extensive scheme. So scheme here is project. So we have scheme and project, and they had difficulty. We have had problems. So they had a problems raising the funding. So they had difficulty to get funding that needed for the project. So the answer is funding. The next one, negative articles about the project appeared in the. So negative article about the project appeared somewhere. Let's continue. And for strategic expense and scheme, not least because of the critical articles. Critical articles, it means negative articles printed by the press. So they printed on the press negative articles about the project. So the answer is the press. So the next one's about the construction. So we don't need these things, and so the chosen route didn't require many buildings to be pulled down. The cut cover. Okay, I need this word. Cut cover method was used to construct the tunnel. Okay, we had a method, cut cover, so used to construct the tunnel, and with the compilation of the brick arch. When they complete the brick arch, the tunnel was covered with. So I need to find the brick arch first, and let's check. Okay. Okay, so here we go, and bricks walls were then constructed, and finally brick arch. Okay, I've got a brick arch, so I need to check the questions again. So with the complete brick arch, tunnel was covered. So when they complete the brick arch, the tunnel was covered. They covered the tunnel with something. So brick walls were then constructed, and finally brick arch was added to the crate tunnel. A 2-meter deep layer of soil was laid on top of the tunnel, and the road above the rebuilt. So the 2-meter layer of soil was laid out. Laid on means covered. So with soil they covered the tunnel. So the question is, the answer is soil. So as we see here, we have finished the first type of question. Now we've got second type of question: true, false, not given. So other countries had built underground railway. Other countries had built underground railway before metropolitan line opened. So before metropolitan line opened, other countries also had built. So here we'll go. A metropolitan line which opened on January 1866 was the world's first underground railway. It was the world's first underground railway. So when it was the first underground railway, so the other countries didn't have it, so it means it is false. The second one, let's check the second one. And more people than predicted traveled on the metropolitan line on the first day. On the first day they traveled on metropolitan, more people than predicted. So we need to see predicted, more people than predicted. So here on the first day, okay, I have got on the first day almost 40,000 passengers were carried between Paddington and Farrington. The journey took about 18 minutes. Metropolitan first day 9.5 minutes. So here you can see there is nothing about prediction. So what it means not given. The number one, the use of ventilation shafts. Okay, the ventilation shafts failed to prevent pollution in the tunnel. So we've got pollution and ventilation shafts. I need the ventilation shafts and pollution or synonymous for them. So let's say drinks in the stream could be considered, however, smoke and fumes. Okay, so I've got smoke and fumes. Smoke and fumes, it means pollution. That's synonymous. Remained a problem even though ventilation shafts were added to the tunnel. So they added ventilation shafts to the tunnel even though it stayed as a problem. So smoke and fume remained there. So it means failed. So failed, it's true. The next one, different approach from the cut and cover technique was required in London Central area. So they need a different different approach from cut and cover technique in London Centre. So let's see, despite the extension to 1985, condition of London streets had become worse. The problem was partly that the existing underground line is formed a circuit around the center of London. So the problem was partially that the existing underground lines formed a circuit around London and extended the suburbs, but didn't cross the capital center. The cut and cover method of construction was not an option in the part of the capital. So it wasn't option in the part of the only alternative was to tunnel deep underground. So here different approach from the cover technique was required. So cut and cover method was not an option. So it is, I think, true. The window of city South London were at eye level. So it was an eye level. It was an eye level. So city centre at the windows of South London at eye level. So let's check. It's going to create it. So I need to find the waters window, city and South London. So I've got city and South London. Let's check. It was until the development of the reliable electric motor means transferring from the generator, deep electric, it became possible. The line opened at 95, ran from the city as well as the trains were made, carriages, engines are narrow and teeny. Okay, so from here, the carriages were narrow and had teeny windows just below the roof, because it was thought that passengers wouldn't want to look out at the tunnel walls. So it means it was below. It wasn't an eye level, so it is false. The City and South London Railway was a financial success. It was a financial success. So the City and South London Railway was a financial success. Let's move on. Oh, okay. The Bureau, because in the century the line was not without its problems, mainly caused by unreliable power supply. Although the City and the South London Railway was a great technical achievement, so it was a great technical achievement, so it means it was financial success. So, but it didn't make any profit. So it didn't make any profit. So here we need to look at financial. It means profit. So it was financial success, but didn't make any profit. So it was false. The last one, the trains on the Twopenny Tube nearly always run on time. So it ran on time always. So let's check. 1900s, the Central London Railway, known as a Twopenny Tube, okay, began operation using the new electronic locomotives. It was very popular. Soon afterwards, new railways extensions were added to the tube, but the heart of London growth system was just in place. So there is nothing about run on time, so it is not given.